Hello, and welcome to the I'm Not Okay podcast. And I'm your host, Darnell Henderson. Today I come to you to show you the power of connection. Not just to you, but to all things. That's the way they built. That's what I understand about being an Indian, and that's why it's important. However, I'm going to tell this story again elaborately, using the city of Pittsburgh, using my neighborhood. But I figure in this time of need, just in case, for whatever reason or anything that you may be going through at this moment, if you look here, you can find a lot of answers in life, to life. One of the things is how to heal, especially when you got a lot of people going through cancers, or any ailment. See, people are giving you all these things without really understanding the key factor, and that's its connection to all things. That's what the stone builders built. So that's what the Bible verse means. And it is marvelous in all our eyes. If you don't understand, find it, research it. I'm going to explain that very verse to you by telling you that's what the Indian or the Moor used when they build that understanding, that idea. That's why it's important to understand copper skin. So let's get into this real quick, right? You got everybody saying how these herbs will heal you, but when you set out on these herbs, they don't really do as much as you think they should. There's a lot of factors there that are no longer there. Like, I keep stressing to you, this is one of the reasons why they took the bells out, because the bell shakes the ground. When you shake the ground, you irrigate it. Bad sentiments sink to the bottom and replenish themselves. That's where the negative goes. The positive comes to the top and becomes nutrient rich. It's only there you haven't realized that's human life. I'm not just saying this to be saying this. What I'm saying to you is exactly the way it was meant to be understood. It's alchemic science. This is why anytime you have churches, right, of great magnitude, or these old world builds of great magnitude, you always have tunnels and some type of water system nearby. I don't care if you believe me or not. Understand that this is your truth. Why do you think there's so many tunnels? What were they used for? They were used to be the earth's veins and arteries. Air must flow in these places. Water must flow in these places. The energy is harnessed in these places. The connection to all things. This is why it's important to understand copper skin. This is why it's important to understand your connection, because this is what they have right now. They're poisoning everything. I don't care. Yo. They're poisoning everything. No one is exempt from these diseases. Why? Because they're poisoning everything. So how do you heal when even the things that are meant to make you feel better is poisoning you? Because they label these things good for you and they're not. And the more you indulge in these things, the sicker you're going to become, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because it's the connection to all things. They got you looking somewhere outside of yourself. Here's a factor. Here's a fact. Here's a fact. The pyramid understanding. The pyramid is no different than Orion's belt. And Orion's belt is part of what? The Big Dipper. Why? Because in this dipper itself, there's so much information. There's so much information held. But in these contents, it's held by 3 points. Your pyramid is held by 3 points. 3, 6, and 9 are its key. With 9 being your infinite number to all things. This 9 represents life continuously. Each one has a 9 to it. But there could only be one 9 and multiple 1s, multiple 3s, multiple 6s, multiple 3s and multiple 6s. I said that wrong. Forgive me for that. If you take notice, your fingers make the shape of Orion's belt. But what you have in Orion's belt without even noticing is the pyramid and the obelisk. That is because the pyramid is the representation of the womb. And the obelisk is the phallus, is the erectile area. So when you look at the erectile area in itself, it is a 9 or 6. Is it not? I mean, we could go over it physically. I hope I wouldn't have to use that illustration. See, the phallus is the first of the pyramid. Why? Because its energy is harnessed at the tip. When that energy is built up within the pyramid, it is released into another pyramid. Which when you do the math, when you actually do the math, the tip is called what? The clitoral. I can't make this up. Tell me where I'm wrong. It's the representation of life. Alchemetic science. That's why I keep referring to the tree. In one video I did, I spoke of, the tree falling. I realized when I said it, most people wasn't going to understand. However, I have to give my conversational skills a broad understanding right now. Most of the times when I talk in terms of having more than one conclusion. This is the way your Bible stories, your Muslim stories, your Buddhist stories are told. Why? Because they're meant to leave room for your own interpretation and your own understanding. That is the purpose of allegory in a whole. That is the whole intention and purpose behind culture, because the way you understand these things is meant to be the way you were raised. This is why being black and having a lack of culture means something. This is why when you break down understanding how much of an Indian you truly are, it actually begins to really matter. It actually really begins to take on its purpose, because now you have something to link yourself to be able to say, okay, this is why I go through this and this is why I go through that. You will not understand these things culturally and will begin to go so far astray that you will not have an identity to find yourself on. This is my purpose in life. This is my purpose in meaning. This is my purpose in understanding. To teach you, if you just use your own hands to plant, the oils from your hands become information to the soil. You plant enough in that soil, the soil begins to learn your DNA. It hears your cries. It hears your voice. This is your connection to the tree. If you talk to the tree, you see that it talks back, but it has its own form of communication. That is the way life works. That is your pyramid understanding. That is why these things look and were built the certain way. They use pyramids and mounds the same understanding. What dies goes in the ground, so its sediments can settle at the bottom and the good sediments can rise to the top, which is nothing but energy. Energy. Information is nothing but a tone. Information is nothing but a tone. You say, you lying. If you take Jesus Christ out the equation, you lying. Listen, all you people who kill in the name of a God are fucking retarded. I don't get you, and I do not care. All you people that respect and love these religions, I understand why, but please wake up. Understand something, man. They have not stopped a crusade on taking over life, period. So what you believe has not helped you till now. It's time you know before this information is taken from you. We all have answers, but we don't have a question. The number one question is, what is wrong with humanity? You're disconnected from it. And until you connect yourself back to that which you come from, you will never be the same. That is why it is important to make the blackest of us all the weakest of us all. Why? Because there is none connected to the earth more than the copper skin. Out of the copper skin, you get every variant of man, of any understanding, whether it's earthly bound or not. Anything that is built like you comes from you. Anything that is not of you. This planet, the way it works. Why is it that the moon is connected to the waters on Earth? Because the moon is a male. It's your father. It's meant to control the emotions. But man does not control the emotion. So what does? The period. I told you I give you the truth back, man. Don't dismiss it. I'm working on a story that's going to tell you this very thing about your city, especially about Belsuva. People keep dismissing it. You keep thinking I'm this and I'm that. This is why, to be honest, you have to be outed. Like I don't see it no other way unless you change who you are, and you won't, because you're gonna have people that are gonna say this about this, and they're gonna say that about that, but they're gonna keep you from being able to reach the ultimate goal out of simple selfishness, out of simple selfish need to repeat things, not to actually understand life and make it better for their offspring. Because it's not about no one but them. And they will always be in the way. They will always be snitching. They will always be ratting. They will always be plotting and scheming to be, unless you figure out how to out them. And you gotta call a spade a spade. It's not because I want to be personal. It's not because I'm ignorant of self. It's a connection, man. Universal consciousness. If you do not give the universe what it needs, how is it gonna give you what you need? Weak times create strong men. There's a reason why that is said. But you got to understand how much information is your soul. So let me help you with that as well. And please forgive me. I'm trying to work on seeming prideful, because people be like, he think he know everything. But for one, I want to ask you, where do I sound wrong? And two, yeah, you should already get it. So, I feel the need to give you this, man, right now, because they're plotting against you, man. Like, you're not willing to wake up to the truth of these things, man. And I see that. It's as simple as you planting, man. When you use your hands become oily. Yeah, forgive me, because I kind of like was trying to pick up, and I did that. So let me go back and help you understand that, right? The oil is from your hand when you plant. It's nothing but information. In fact, that's all we are. That's universal consciousness. A way to connect us all. The earth is connected to everything. It's the one thing that connects us. It's the very one thing, no matter where you live at, if your feet touch the ground, so does mine. The only difference is the time of day. But there's a perfect purpose to that, because that's duality. That's your positive and your negative. There must be darkness to have light. Do you get it? There must be darkness to have light. That's what make being as black as I am so important, let alone just having copper skin. That's why, once again, when you use the oils from your hands, I just keep stressing that. Your oils is information passed to the earth in these things that you plant. When you talk to them, it learns your tone. It learns your tone to go along with the information from your touch. Understand how powerful that truly is, right? It not only soaks in your oils to feed itself, because it takes in whatever settlements are in the ground. So your oils become a part of that ground. That's what that means, man. Like I could keep going on, but yeah. So as you talk to it, it learns a different form of you. It learned to respond to your vibrantness in tone. Now, I need you to go back to the pyramid, right? I've been dragging this out just so you could really see that part, right? But let's go back to the pyramid, right? And Orion's belt. Because it's the three, remember? Your fingers form the three, remember? So, your eyes process a tone. Your ears process a tone. And your mind is the one that puts it all together. That's the third eye. Do you realize a tone is a color and a voice and a song and a closed door? So even though everything is silent, it still hears. It still sees. It's still there to be touched. When you touch something, that's all that is information to the nervous system and relayed to the brain instantly. That's the tree. Does not the tree have limbs? No, it has veins. The leaves are its limbs. It's all in how you look at things, man. Did you see that? I hope you saw that, right? Because when you stick your arm out, this is the arm of the tree. However, the branches are its fingers and the leaves sit upon it. That is your tree. You are its core. Everything was built that way. As I said at the beginning of the video. This is the way they built. This is what they tore down. This is the information they tore down. This is why you're so weak of a man, because you don't know and really understand your true power and your true purpose. Because you don't really see your true capabilities. There's a positive 9 and there's a negative 9. If one understands electricity and knows how it works, I mean, you know, I know there's a positive and negative to everything. Period. That's why you ground. Because the positive needs a negative. Or it needs the negative to be extracted. So you have its true power source. See that there? Play on words. Remember, I'm your host, Darnell Henderson. Until then, back at you.